Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. Okay, let's be honest. Have you ever stood in an electronics store just staring at that massive wall of TVs and felt completely overwhelmed? All those acronyms, all those brands, it's a lot. Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise and build a smarter way to buy your next screen. So, let's dive in. It really all boils down to this one question, doesn't it? Do you stick with the brand you know, the one you trust, or do you take a chance on a name that's maybe a little less familiar but is packing some seriously impressive new technology? The answer? Well, it might just surprise you, and it's going to save you a lot of headaches and probably some cash too. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about a hidden factor that almost everyone overlooks, but it has a huge impact on how you watch TV. Then we'll peek under the hood at the actual science of your screen. After that, we'll settle the whole tech versus brand debate, expose what I call the future-proofing trap, and then we'll wrap it all up with a simple, smart buying strategy you can actually use. Okay, let's kick things off with something most people don't even think about. At least not until they get the TV home and it's too late. I'm talking about viewing angle. It's all about how good the picture looks when you're not sitting perfectly in front of the screen. And trust me, it matters a lot more than you might think. This question from a viewer, Richard, just hits the nail on the head. It's the core of the issue, right? When you have family over or friends for the big game, not everyone gets that perfect sweet spot seat. So how do you make sure everyone in the room gets a great view? And these situations are just everyday life. Think about it. Movie night with the family all spread out on the couch. Or maybe you're trying to follow a recipe on a cooking show from your kitchen island. Or you're just moving around the living room. In any of these cases, if your TV has a poor viewing angle, that vibrant, beautiful picture can turn into a washed-out, faded mess. So what gives? Why do some TVs look great from the side and others don't? Well, it's not magic. It all comes down to the science of the display panel itself. Okay, so on one side of the ring, you have VA panels. That stands for vertical alignment. These guys are the champions of contrast. If you want those deep, inky blacks that make movies look super cinematic and punchy, VA panels are absolutely fantastic. They just give the picture a ton of depth. And on the other side, you've got IPS and ADS panels. Their superpower is the exact thing we've been talking about, wide viewing angles. The picture quality stays way more consistent as you move off to the side. But there's always a trade-off, right? Their black levels just aren't as deep as what you get from a good VA panel. So this is the core trade-off. It's this fundamental choice that TV manufacturers have to make. Do they go all in on the best possible contrast for that one person sitting dead center? Or do they sacrifice a little of that contrast to make sure everyone in the room gets a good picture? Just knowing this choice exists is your first big step to becoming a way smarter TV buyer. All right, now that we get what's going on inside the panel, let's tackle that other huge question, brand names. Does seeing that famous logo on the box automatically mean you're getting a better TV? Let's find out. This question is perfect because it frames the modern TV dilemma perfectly. You've got these up-and-coming brands like Hisense and TCL, and they're offering really advanced backlight tech like miniLED. And they're up against a legacy brand like Samsung that's offering a more standard but very trusted LED TV. The verdict here? It's actually pretty clear. You go with the mini-LED option 10 times out of 10. But why? Well, because mini-LED technology gives the TV way more precise control over the lighting of the picture. This leads to much better contrast, a more dynamic image. Really, it's just a huge technological leap over a standard LED backlight. And here's the big takeaway from all this. The days when you could just buy from one or two big-name brands and be guaranteed the best picture, those days are over. Performance-wise, all these brands are closer than they have ever been. Your focus shouldn't be on the name on the box. It should be on the key technologies, like the backlight, that directly impact how good that picture looks. All right, let's talk about something we all do. We all want to future-proof our purchases. We want to buy something that's going to last, right? But trying to buy a TV today for a gaming console that might not even exist for another 2 or 3 years, well, that can be a real trap. When you actually see it laid out on a timeline like this, the problem becomes really obvious. The PlayStation 6 might not show up until 2027 or even 2028. So if you buy a super expensive TV today specifically for that console, you're betting on technology that's 3 or more years away. In the tech world, that is a huge gamble. And you have to remember, technology moves incredibly fast. The TV you could buy in 2 or 3 years will almost certainly be better
and cheaper than what's top of the line today. So by waiting, you're not missing out on anything. You're actually setting yourself up to get way more for your money when you actually need it. So, we've decoded viewing angles, we've prioritized tech over brand names, and we've sidestepped that future-proofing trap. Now let's pull this all together into a simple, actionable strategy you can take with you.
Honestly, it all comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, look at your room. Is your seating all spread out? If it is, then you need to make viewing angles a top priority. Second, prioritize the technology. Look right past the brand name on the box and compare the core features, like does it have a mini LED backlight? And third, be patient. Buy when you actually need a new TV, and if you can, try to time it with those major sales events.
Ultimately, this is the whole philosophy. Don't get caught up in all the marketing hype or try to guess what the future holds. Just take a look at your actual needs right now, understand the key tech that serves those needs, and buy the best TD for you today.
So now I want to turn it over to you. After hearing all this, what's the one feature you absolutely will not compromise on? Is it viewing angle? Is it that deep, inky contrast? Let us know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.